Good morning to you. I'm Jeff Slakey. I'm happy to have some great guests in studio today. Commissioner Kathy McDowell from the city and Shelton School Board member Keri Davidson are here today to talk about the upcoming bond. And people should have their ballots in the mail or in their hands now. They would drop it in the mailboxes. You get them back by Valentine's Day. Good morning, Kathy. Good morning, Keri.
Good morning.
Thanks for coming on and talking with me a little bit more about this important issue coming up.
You're welcome.
Let's start, Kathy, with you and talk about how the city feels about this school bond measure, what the city sees as benefits coming out of this and things like that.
Well, I haven't talked to everybody in the city.
Sure, but the commission.
The commission, we are 100%, 110% behind this. We realize the need for update on the schools, new schools. We know that that children and kids study better, they have better grades when the surroundings are good and they're not crammed together in classes and in functions. For the city's end, it's a win-win for us. I mean, look at all the building permits we're going to get with this, and also new schools good schools are one thing that people look at when they want to come in and settle in the city.
Definitely.
They come in, they build their house within the city, within the school district. They shop. They just put into our city what we need. So it's a great thing on the school boards, so the schools end, and it's a win-win for the city.
Keri, the Shelton School District has quite a number of kids that we have learned throughout the couple months here with the Fill the Truck 2 campaign and things like that to help out the kids who are less fortunate here. A lot of folks on free and reduced lunch, and the bond just looks like it is a benefit to everybody involved. Do you have understanding of how it will be able to help students that may be less fortunate around these school districts and how the school will move forward with that kind of?
Yeah, I think, definitely. The numbers look like they were around, over 400 homeless students in all of Mason County. We've got a large bulk of those at our schools. And I just think the passing of the levy and the bond are going to benefit all students, regardless of whether they are the free and reduced lunch or somebody that is more fortunate than that. Passing that is going to create more space in the elementary schools, all three of which are overcrowded. And, for young students to have better student-to-teacher ratio and the ability to break out into the hallway if they're having a behavioral issue or something like that, to have the space and the resources within the school to do that instead of being crammed in a school is going to benefit everyone. So I think that regardless of your income status, this bond is actually going to be very beneficial.
I know on the board you have been working closely with Superintendent Dr. Apostle on these issues, and so you've seen a lot of the work that has already been being put forth in this, the drawings and the documentation. Kathy, have you been part of these, visiting the school board meetings? And
I've visited a few of the meetings. Haven't seen any
and
of
they've had the bulletin boards in different areas to show people what the schools could look like.
What are you hearing when you're out walking around? I know you haven't talked to everybody like we said, but what are you guys hearing from the community about this? Is it overwhelmingly positive? Are there people still have some questions about the reasonings for this?
I think there's both. There's a large group of people in our community that are very positive about this, and it's really exciting to see potentially a brand new Mountain View because that school has become very overcrowded, and over half the classrooms are in portables at this point. And then also with Shelton High School, it again is an older school, and to be able to put a new building on that campus it's very exciting to see a front to that where people could actually look like they're walking into the school building, and the excitement around the fact that we could have 21st century science classrooms in that, because right now we just don't have those things. We've got science classrooms up at the high school where only one room has a ventilation system. So the science classrooms literally have to shift in the middle of a class if they're wanting to do an experiment that they have to use a ventilation system for. But there are people that do question. I think that, the challenge for me being on the school board that I've realized that I keep trying to think through is how to reach people. And I think in our community that takes a lot of friends and neighbors talking to each other. Facebook does a great job. Your radio program, thank you for having us on and doing things like this. But people need to be able to still talk to their neighbors and their friends about why this is important.
We see that many, every day, 40-50% of the area travels out of town to get to positions of employment. Hopefully with this school bond levy passage, potentially on the Valentine's Day here coming up, give the opportunity for folks to stick around the city a little more, right, Kathy?
Yes, and we have people that send their kids out of district to Olympia area. And so really, this is great. We're going to be able to hang on to these kids that go elsewhere. And shopping, they'll be staying in town to shop, and they'll be on the water and sewer line and on all sorts of fun stuff.
It definitely sounds like benefits to all parties involved. And again, the ballots, they should be in the mail. Or no, not in the mail. They should be in
people's homes.
On your breakfast table right now, looking at those. Get those back in by Valentine's Day. Postmarked if you're going to put them in the mail, or dropped off by the locations 8 o'clock. Those are locked, and that's how you get your voice heard.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
I just got a number. I had asked the city manager to give me a number of the amount of the percentage of kids that grow up here, go away to college, or just return and work in the city, schools, whatever. And in our city alone, in the city government alone, we have 40% that come back. We have somebody in every department in the city government that works. So 40%, that's a great number. And that means that they want to come back and be, part of the community and contribute.
That is a great number.
Isn't that a great
Almost
number?
half of the grew up through the school district.
40%
of
of
graduated from SHS.
Well, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a great note right there.
Including Kathy and I.
Yeah.
Including
I grew up here.
100% of the guests here today.
Yeah.
Very nice. Well, that's a good note to pass along. And again, make your voice heard. Get your ballots back in. Valentine's Day is the day. 8 o'clock, the deadline. Shelton School Board, Keri Davidson, Shelton City Commissioner Kathy McDowell. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
You're
Thank
very
you.
welcome.
Have a great rest of your day.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Do you know you have access to the fastest internet in Washington State? Switch to iFiber Communications right now and take advantage of our special offers. Pay only $29.95 for 100 megabit high-speed internet, or get 3 months of internet absolutely free. That's right, $29.95 for 100 megabit speeds or 3 months of internet free. Shop, stream, and game like never before with iFiber Communications high-speed internet. Call 360-427-4000 or check us online at ifiber.tv. Subject to credit approval, valid on a 24-month contract.